Okay, so the name of the project is the Anthology Blanket, and it's by the Underground Crafter. Now it's a free project. This was by, like I said, Underground Crafter, and this was a crochet along, or not, I'm gonna say that. This was a knit along that she did in, I wanna say 2016, and it just so happened that the dates that she did this happened to be on Sundays. Well, Sundays happen to be my knitting day. So I know, you guys, I'm a weirdo. I assign different projects to different days of the week. That's just how my mind works. And it just so happens that Sundays is my knitting day. So it worked out perfectly. So I just ran across this, and I ran across it on Pinterest. So if you go to Pinterest, it's there and it's free. It's also, I want to say, free on Facebook. If you go to undergroundcrafter.com, she's got a blog, and it's also on Ravelry.com. And I've got it saved everywhere because I can never remember where I saved this thing. But let me show you a picture, and it's blocks. And you guys know I don't like blocks, but I'll show you why I like this one. So this is a picture of her finished project. Isn't that pretty? Now, the reason that I'm drawn to this, a couple of things. First of all, each square is only 6 inches. I can manage that. I know I can finish a 6-inch square. I started a knit sampler blanket so long ago, and we're doing stripes. And the problem is, the stripes seem overwhelming to me. It's a lot to do. I feel like I can finish a 6-inch square. I just feel like that's more doable. So it starts January 7th, but even if you don't, even if you see this later on and you want to jump in, you can jump in at any time. Each week we're going to do a different block, and if you start with us at the beginning, jump in there. If you start with this, let's say you don't find this until May, jump in at whatever week it is. It doesn't matter. There's 30 blocks, 30 blocks. There's 30 blocks. January 7th is more of an informational week. It's get all your stuff together. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a swatch. But you don't have to, because it doesn't matter how big or small this is. It's more getting used to, getting your supplies together, picking out your yarn, finding your needles, all the things. So really and truly, the actual knitting of it starts the following week, which would be the 14th. It goes through October 13th, which is the last block. But then the week after that, we do borders. So this even includes borders. She gives you the option of 4 different borders, and all of the information for that is included as well. And the 30 weeks, the October 13th week, finishing week, is just for the blocks. After that, you add the borders. You're going to need a US 7, which is a 4.5 mil pair of knitting needles, and seems to me somewhere I saw, let me see if I can find it real quick, seems to me somewhere I saw that you also need one size bigger also for something else. Maybe that was for the border. Let me see if I can look real quick. I should have written it down. I was just trying to see the stuff you needed right off the bat to get started. I'm looking. She used the Cascade 220 Superwash. That's too fancy for me. Nope, I'm not seeing anything else. But if down the road you need another size needle, you can grab that. I'm only seeing this, but I'm really flipping through this quick. And I looked at so many things this week, it might have been a different project where you needed 2 sizes of needles. I'm only seeing this right here. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Okay, I could be wrong, don't hold me to it. But to start with, All you need is a US 7. But you can use any size needle you want, going based on the yarn that you're using. So that first week, when you do your gauge block, that's when you would decide if you wanted to use a different size needle to match the yarn that you're using. So basically, you're going to need needles for whatever yarn you're using. I always use a cable. It's going to call for straight needles. I use a cable no matter what I'm knitting, because it's just easier for me to work with than straight needles. Okay, so 30 weeks, so 1 block a week, 1 6-inch square a week, no biggie. About, it says 1,200 to 1,600 yards of yarn. That's not, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but we're making a whole blanket here. And the variance is because of the variance in which border you use. Her blanket, as you saw, used 4 different colors. I'm sorry, 3 different colors. I have chosen 4 different colors because I had a pack that I had purchased from Hirschner's, and it was the colors were already picked out, because y'all know I'm color challenged. But now, having looked at hers, I might only use 3 of these and then use the 4th one for my border, because that would look really cool too. So it's their Hirschner's Worsted Antiquity yarn. And this was just a pack that came already done. I am not going to be able to hold all of these colors. And then it's got a beautiful red, isn't that pretty? And then this kind of orangey gold. How gorgeous is that? And then with it being done in October, it's going to be all pretty for fall. Whoa, there it goes. Oh, at least it didn't fall on the floor. So this, I can totally see, I can really, really see using these 3 colors, and then using this for the border. I totally might be doing that. Or using this for one of the colors, giving it that pop throughout, and then using this for my board. What do you guys think? I want your opinion. Which 3 colors should I use? Okay, this is called Marmalade. So it's like orange marmalade. The red is Currant. The yellow, I'm going to say, yep, Marigold. That was going to be my guess, Marigold. And then this mixed up beautiful is called Bonfire. Oh my gosh, I love this. And I think that's why I bought this pack. But you can use any, and y'all know everything is on sale right now. And these each have 489 yards. So this is more. This is almost 2,000 yards right here. So this is plenty. These 4 will make that whole blanket with some left over. So I'm really, really thinking, I'm seriously thinking these 3 colors for the main part, and then this for the border. That would look so pretty, wouldn't it? I really, really like that. Okay, but you do what I've seen some. If you go on Ravelry and look it up, there's all different color combinations. Some people do all 1 color. Some people did lots. I saw a lot of them with 5 colors, whatever you want. And of course, I will attach this down below, so you can read all the info down below. All right, so let me give you some info about the thing. Each of the squares is a 6-inch square, like I said. It has a little border on each square, so they're kind of finished. This is one of the reasons I like this. You don't just end up with this square. Each square is kind of finished already, and it's finished in with a garter stitch border, which means, because I always forget garter stitch stockinette. So garter stitch is just knit. So knit, 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 knit. So it's got a garter stitch top and bottom, and on the side. So it's already kind of finished off each little square. And then we're going to block the little square, and that's simple. You just put a few pins on it and give it a squirt and let it dry. Doom, it's blocked. Because we're going to assemble these as we go. And it's not like the crochet as we go, where you crochet them together. So we're going to assemble these as we go. If you want to, you don't have to. If you want to wait till you've got all your squares done and then see how you want to assemble them, you do you. She suggested there's a program called PicMonkey, PicMonkey. And again, I'll put that. And within PicMonkey, there's a collage maker. I've never heard of such a thing. Collage maker, you can take pictures of all your individual blocks and then adjust them on there and see how it'll look. Who knew? And then you can see how you want to adjust these. If you got like kids and cats and things that don't allow for you to set them out and do that. But then after you get 2 or 3 of them done, you can see how maybe you want to set them out and assemble them. And then you know what you want to do before you get her done. Because I can't imagine that kind of stuff in my brain. But if I just use these 3 colors, then I can use the pattern that she has set out, which is going to make it much easier for me. I have wanted to do a knit sampler blanket for a long time. And again, because these individual squares have that built-in border, we don't have to do a border when we're done with the blocks, because that's the other reason I don't like blocks. I know I'm not going to do that when it's finished. So when the block is done, my border is done, I am going to attach it. I'm going to block it right now. It's finished. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to block it. It's finished. Now I'm going to attach it to the one that I did last week. That part's done. And then we're going to weave in what little bit of an end we have. That part's done. So at the end of 30 weeks, our blankie is complete. We're going to pick a border. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to take, what, a week or 2 maybe? And we're completely done. We're done. We went from this to a finished blanket. How many times, this is it, this is why I don't like blocks. How many times have we started a block project and when we're done, we've got a stack of blocks here. And now we know we've got 27 more steps in order to come up with a finished project. And it goes in the whip pile. Not this time. Not this time. I cannot tell. Well, you can tell. I'm excited. So, not only are we going to end up with an actual finished project, we're going to have the camaraderie of us doing this together. And we're going to learn a whole bunch of new stitches as we go. I'm so excited. So the first week, the January 7, all we're doing is reading through the stuff, seeing mostly all the stuff I just told you, and we're going to do a sample square. And it's stockinette. Now, for those of you like me who cannot remember, a stockinette is knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. And that's what gives us, well, this. That's what gives us the thing that looks like this. It looks like this. That's the knit stitch. Do I have anything that looks like a purl? Yeah. So it's going to look like knit on this side, and it's going to look like purl on that side. That's what the stockinette stitch is going to look like. Okay. And I may have showed you backwards. I'm terrible at that. I can't remember this stuff because I don't knit enough. So we're going to learn a whole bunch of new stitches. They don't look terrible hard. And I'm guessing that we can YouTube anything we can't figure out. Now, this is what I need to know from you guys. Number 1, are you interested in this? Does this look like something fun to do? Number 2, how do you want to interact with me? I've got these are the things I'm thinking of. I can only think of 3 things. I can do a video just like this every Sunday. I will put up a video and I will have, how would it work? Because I wouldn't have it done on Sunday. Every week, we would have, and we'll have to work out the logistics. So every week I would show you, okay, this is, maybe I do my knit the week ahead. So, okay, let's say we're on the 14th now, and I've done my knitting, and I say, okay, this is the 14th, this was block number 1, this is what it looks like, this was and I'm making stuff up now, let me just look and see what the stitch is. I think it was the seed stitch, maybe? because I remember looking at it and I have actually done, yeah, this is the sand stitch. Okay, this was the sand stitch and it was knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. What did you think? Oh, it's so pretty. I liked it. So I'm showing you the finished object of week 1 on the video of week 1. Do you like that? Okay, so that would be option number 1. Let me write this down. Showing finished block of the week in a vid. Okay, that's option number 1. Option number 2 is a live. I'm coming on live every Sunday at a certain time. It'd probably be in the morning because the days get away from us. And we are knitting together. I'm going to come on. I will already have my border done. So we're coming on live when we're getting to the actual part of whatever the stitch of the week is. And I'm like, okay, today's is the sand stitch. And it's this knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. And we're knitting and we're talking and we're looking at the thing and we're doing it and we're showing the stitch. And not that I know what I'm doing, but we're reading the pattern and we're figuring stuff out together. And we'll keep it to a certain amount of time, maybe half hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe hour tops. And you guys are knitting and we're asking questions in the thingy bobber. I like the idea of that a whole lot, but I don't know if people watch the replays of lives. Maybe if we keep it to a certain short set amount of time. But I like the idea of doing the knitting in a live. So that's option number 2 is a live doing the knit of the week. I really like that idea a lot. Okay, so live, that's option 2. Live pattern of the week. Pattern of week, set amount of time. Because we don't want these to go on and on and on. Set amount of time. And that way we can communicate and have, tell me what you think about that. Option 2. Now, option 3 is sort of a combination of the both, which is a premiere. And my understanding of a premiere is I do a recording like this, and I would do a recording of the pattern of the week. I do the recording, and I'm knitting. There's no interaction with you guys, but then during the playing, it's at a set time. So let's say, and I'm just making this up. I'm making this time up. Let's say Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, the premiere comes on. And while it's running, I can interact with you guys in the comments. So that's sort of a best of both worlds. But then if there's a question about something, we can't stop and address it right then. So that's the third option, is a premiere with a set time. And we can do a set time every week. Set time. And then if the time isn't great for everybody, we can change the time. This time isn't working for folks. Let's do it at a different time. Okay, so those are the 3 options that I can think of. You guys tell me if you think there's a different way to do it. I'm super open because I have no idea. So, the Anthology Blanket crochet, I'm gonna have a hard time, knit along. So it's a KAL. Anthology Blanket KAL. Officially starts January 7th, although that's just the getting to do things. And I really want to, normally especially with the blanket where I don't care and I know I've got enough yarn, I don't do the swatch, but I want to on this one. And I'm even gonna do the border because I wanna know how long it takes me to knit this. I would have a rough idea how long it takes me to crochet this. I would not on a knit. I have no clue. Although I think I can knit a stockinette with fairly quickly. My guess, I was gonna say an hour, but now I really don't know. I really don't know. So 6 inches wide, including 6 inches wide, 6 inches long, including the cast on. And it seems to me the cast on, let's see what it said. The cast on was, let's see what the cast on is. Oh, and they use a long tail cast on, but she says use any kind of cast on you want. It wasn't a lot. Weaving in the ends. And I'm just talking about the knitting part, not the connecting and all of that stuff. Cast on 32 stitches. But that's just for the stockinette part. Now I'm curious how much the cast on is for a regular week. Okay, let's see. Let's just see. Let's just see what we're dealing with here. Oh, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I really hope some of you guys join in. And if nobody's joining in and if nobody's watching the videos, I'll quit doing the videos and I'll just do the thing myself. Because, you know, I'm not going to force anybody to do this. Is that it? Yeah. So the cast on, wow, this is going to be fast. The cast on for a regular week is 31 stitches. You can do 31 stitches in your sleep. I think an hour would totally do it. 31 stitches? I think an hour would do it. My guess. That's my guess. Let's see what it really comes out to be. Okay, so this is what I need to know from you guys. What do you think about the colors? Do you think I should do the 3 solids and then use this for my border? Or do you think I should use this as one of my colors and then pick one of the solid colors as my border? And what do you like best for the weekly video? Option 1, a filmed video just like this every week where I've already got my square done and we talk about it. Number 2, a live where we literally sit and knit every week for a set amount of time. And then even if you're not knitting, we can just sit and visit and talk about it. Or a premiere where I've already done the knitting, but we can interact in the comments. So those are the 3 options that I can think of. And if you can think of a different option, let me know in the comments. Okay, so we start this next Sunday, January 7th. Also, give me an idea for a time that works for you guys. So even if it's just a drop for a pre-done video, what time on Sunday is good for people? And we're gonna find a time that works best for folks. Yeah, so those are the things I need to know from you guys. I'm excited. I do have, I can tell you evenings aren't gonna work because I've got commitments. So it's gonna have to be mornings. It's gonna have to be mornings. Something where it is finished by 12:30. Yeah. And I'm an early bird because I know and that's Pacific time. I know a lot of you guys are on Eastern time and I'm an early bird. I can do this at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Pacific. I have no problem with that. No problem at all. So, yeah. Let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.